Welcome to the Chinese Tier 10 Premium AFT10 Tank Destroyer review. This is a very weird vehicle, to say the least. It has one of the highest salvo damages in the game, anywhere from 8,000 to 11,000 damage with all 8 missiles. It has 1400 pen, the highest penetration in game. It's quite incredible the level of damage you can do, but yet it doesn't have much camouflage. It's slow, it's not very well armoured, and the aiming system can be quite balked at times. To start off with, let's compare it to other TDs, you will, of the same tier, such as the Cornet and the Sphinx and the T15. So right off the bat, the Cornet and the T15 have roughly the same stats, with the Sphinx having 1200 pen, while the Cornet and the T15 have more. The Sphinx's missiles also do the least amount of damage, at minimum of 630, well, an average of, let's say, around 700, while the Cornets and the T15s do more, and its DPM is pretty high. The Sphinx also has the fastest reload out of the bunch, but the AFT10 has the highest missile DPM. It also has the second highest hull armor, but it also has the third weakest armor, but then again it doesn't really have any armor, so you might as well count these three as being the same, but at the very least it won't get hit by HE rounds from the front for max damage. It also has the second lowest camouflage, and also the second lowest view range on the move and while stopped, with the T15 having the same if I put telescopic lenses on it, and it also has the worst gun depression, but also pretty decent turret traverse as well. It very much functions like a fire support vehicle in Tier 10. The Tier 10 is very quick, the view ranges are high, the vehicles are fast, and the time to kill is extremely quick. So the AFT10 can absolutely obliterate something. As in, really, really obliterate. But it can also get obliterated very easily as well. It can't hide, it can't get out of cover, it can't get into cover. So it sits in a very weird position. Now, commanders wise, I ended up trying to use Rashid, who gives you missile control and everything really to help the soft kill APS, but that's about all he does. You could always use Sabrina if you desperately wanted, who gives you kind of this hybrid AFE TD playstyle with excellent module damage, spotting, crew damage, and everything else really. But in the end, it kind of comes between a choice between Rashid and Erin. Or if you don't have Erin, you could always use simply Sabrina instead. Erin giving you, of course, the more of the spotting and the camo playstyle and everything else really, which is pretty decent. You can see the stats on the screen. Crew wise, it has 4 crew. I recommend using the driver for acceleration off-road and repair speed, the gunner, aim speed, and cannon hit points. The loaders, rate of fire for both of them, or if you don't want to, you could always use secured ammunition and safety. But considering they're both gunners, they both have half the amount of skills needed, so that's a thing. Otherwise, we really only have one game to do, which is a global ops game, and probably the only one I'll ever use for a review. So let's look into it. One of the interesting parts of the AFT10 is that it only has a top speed of around 65 kilometers an hour, which means it's quite slow. And also the aiming part of the tank is done on this large penis-shaped appendage at the top. So this means that while you'll have a pretty good time hitting enemies out of cover, it means direct fire and shooting and knowing where your missiles are going to be can be a bit of an issue at times. So we're going to go straight forward. And this is a game which will show you the raw destructive power of this vehicle, but also its many issues. Of course, the game is 14.5 minutes long. But there's not really going to be that much of a dom over in here. So this Captain America enemy is going to move up, and everybody, rightly so, starts moving forward. Now I'm going to do something really fun here. You see this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I just did 2,300 to that T15 and absolutely murdered it. But the enemy also did a hell of a lot of damage to me as well. If I was in a cornet or something, I probably would have been up here by now and I could have shot it and been in safety. Same goes for the Sphinx, and the T15 is also faster as well. And you'll see here is that while the camera is bugged, you'll see how the missiles fire. The tank also needs quite a lot of room, really. So, see? The missiles fire below the aiming reticle, really. So it can be an issue, especially, not to mention, the missiles don't really move up or down very well, so for the most part it feels like they're fixed, which means having obstacles in front or above you can prove to be a bit of an issue. So as you can see there, I basically double killed the Terminator 2 and the Type 99A. Basically completely murdered. Unfortunately, this Wilk, I don't think I killed him. But the missiles do have a very fast reload at around 3 seconds each. But for the most part, in the end, you'll probably want to do this. So, do you remember telling me about being able to kill tier 10s? Yeah. That is one very crippled Merkava. So this thing can really, really hurt enemies. However, when it comes to PvP and PvE, there's a lot of difference, really. In PvE, you'll probably want to use Rachel as simply more missiles, really, and in PvP, for the most part, you're probably going to get killed. And also, aiming at that T15's turret to do max damage is a good thing as well. So in PvP, this thing can't really compare to the Cornet or the Sphinx in terms of spotting or damage done. The Cornet has the ability to perform hit and run attacks, it can fire while stealthed, and it can also move and spot and scout pretty quickly as well. The Sphinx, of course, is the ultimate scouting game as well, and has the autocannon. The AFT10 has a lot of issues, and unfortunately I wasn't able to get any good games to show them, apart from the one you saw with me absolutely destroying the Merkava. So, bit of a wait here. For the most part, I'm going to be waiting for the rest of my team to come over and show me what's going on. T15 over there, I spot up. Now, another interesting thing about this tank is the fact that the gun is that the missile boxes here don't take damage. I'm pretty sure it'll probably take HE damage or something, but don't shoot at them. Now, this T15, I'm pretty sure he has a thing for me. Unfortunately, he's going to die a horrible screaming death. And as you can see here, that little bit of rock there actually blocked a good portion of my missiles from hitting him. In fact, it blocked 5 missiles. Not good. And we've done 11,000 damage at this point and 5 kills. It's probably best used in global operations, which is not something I want to say a lot, but hey, if it's true, it's true. And we do also have a 23-second reload going on as well. Kind of hoping to hit that Wilk. Did get the Cornet though, and at this point I'm actually starting to run out of ammo. You don't really get that many missiles with it. I mean, it is in salvos of 8, but you do get a little bit more missiles than the Cornet, which while it may be okay for PvP, it will not be okay for PvE or for Glops. As many of you will know, running out of ammo with the Cornet is definitely a big thing. So for now, the primary objective of this match for me and my team, I'm platooned with Dieseldorf and Baby Hitman. First time meeting these guys, very nice people. Pretty good at the game as well. And at this point we're basically waiting for the enemy to come around again. And this is where things start to go pear-shaped. I'm out of hit points at this point. I'm starting to run out of missiles. As you can see here at this point, I've got 4 missiles. So we're kind of boned. And I was hoping to go round 2 with this T15. Maybe hit him with all the missiles left, but unfortunately he does. He does get me. I don't really aim well enough. So fast forward a couple more seconds, and this is where the flaws of the AFT10 start to come into play, really. I do try to kill this T15, but as you can see here, nothing really goes well. I get bombed, low amount of hit points means you can't survive bombing runs, and everything really. Get hit by the K21, low amount of hit points again. This tank requires a very specific situation and circumstances to fully perform, and as you can see here, I can't go for this T15 unfortunately. Now, at this point things start to go a little bit pear-shaped as well. I'm trying to aim for the Armada, but as you can see here, the more like indirect field nature of the missiles can be a bit of a pain in the ass. Should be skip forward again. There's going to be a lot of misses really, and it's not going to be the greatest thing in the world. But at the very least, I'm trying to avoid this K21 at this point. He's over there for some reason. The Armata shot me, I believe it was in this section here, which may take reduced damage. But for the most part, people usually have some issues. This Armata here actually screwed up, because at this point I believe he forgot I had a large section of missiles. So I kill him. All's fun and good, really. But the ride isn't over yet, I can tell you this. And unfortunately, I actually forgot to notice that my missile boxes were out. So I'm going to go down again, see if I can go for this cornet. No, I can't go for the cornet, unfortunately. Things never really go particularly well. Like I've said quite a few times at this point, this tank can have its issues. But at the very least, we've got one more hurrah for this thing. So I'd like you to watch this. K21 dead. Get hit by the PLO1. Don't care. Now, an advantage over this, over other missile vehicles, is the fact that, unlike the Cornet, this has a 360-degree rotation. So I'm going to start moving up to this T15, and you know what's going to happen. I'd like you to watch this. Okay? Oh look, there's a Cornet. 1, 2. He's dead. Go for the T15. He's dead as well. Oh look, there's another T15. Let's fire all the missiles at him. And that's all she wrote, really. This is a... It's very much got its issues. And in order to perform well in this thing, I don't really think consistent game performance is something you can really rely on for the AFT10, unlike other vehicles such as the Sphinx, the Cornet and the T15. This vehicle relies on specific circumstances, it relies on specific things, and it's not really reliable. So post-game stats wise, I ended up doing extremely well for myself. 24,000 damage, 11 kills, perfect operation. Participate in capturing a neutral point and destroy 7 enemies before the objective changes. Hilarious, I'm sure. But the majority of kills, well, the majority of damage really was on that T15, as you can see here, with some other damages done. Top of the team wise, far in excess of just about what anybody else did. Like I said, 11 kills is amazing. 82 shots fired, 40 misses. Okay. I'm not sure. Most of these misses were done from the fact that the missiles are in a very weird position, and total potential damage done would have been 33,000 with the gun having bounced 1500 damage. So a final thing to look at is this thing's armor protection system. As you can see here, I believe this may count as an unmanned turret part, which would actually make some sense, but the only thing you've got there is the cannon. Go figure. So this was a tank, a loot box tank really, and I'll let you be the judge of how it goes really. There's a lot of good, there's a lot of bad with this tank. It's not really consistent in all honesty. As you can see there, once I got out of my comfort zone, I got killed quite a few times. I received a lot of damage. While I was able to do quite a bit of damage in return, so much more could have happened. It's a weird tank with its kinks, really. Its flaws in its armor. And while it is capable of one-shotting just about any tank in the game, it is also very much capable of being one-shotted itself, and I like to view this as more of an extreme cornet. That's about it really. The next review will be the Merkava 4M due on Wednesday, with the Sphinx on Sunday, and the Type 99-140 due on the Wednesday of next week. I will be flying off on Thursday, tomorrow when the next Merkava 4 review is out, and I will not be back until Wednesday next week. So there won't be any streams during then, and but there will be gameplay videos and of course the reviews done. So we've got that to look forward to. For now, I'd like to wish you all thank you for watching this, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.